It started with a whisper. My wife's mother leaned across the candlelit table, her lips barely moving, her tone soft enough to drown beneath the laughter around us. "While everyone's here," she murmured, "go and change the locks to his apartment." My wife didn't speak. She just nodded. Her eyes flickered toward me once, then away, like a guilty reflex. I smiled, lifted my glass, and pretended I hadn't noticed. It was my birthday. Everyone was there. Her parents, my brother, friends who'd known me since college. Laughter circled the room. Cutlery chimed against porcelain. And yet, beneath it all, I heard nothing but the pulse in my ears. She stood up after dessert, said she'd just be a minute, a small errand. An hour later she returned. Her skin was pale. Her hands trembled as she sat down. Her mother leaned in again, whispering, expectant. But my wife didn't respond. She just stared down at her untouched plate and said, quietly, "Mom, there." Then she stopped. The rest of the sentence died in her throat, and I knew. Something had gone wrong. The next morning she avoided my eyes. Her voice cracked on small things. "Do you want coffee?" Like every word scraped her throat. I said yes, calm, detached. She poured it, hands shaking so slightly only I would notice. I watched her, not with suspicion anymore, but with certainty. That whisper last night hadn't been meaningless. It was intent. A quiet strike disguised as a favor. Her mother never liked me. She called me too composed, said I made her daughter nervous. Perhaps I did. I went to my apartment that afternoon, slowly, deliberately. The door looked the same. The handle felt colder than usual. When I turned the key, it stopped halfway. Changed. The locks. I almost laughed. Inside, I could still smell her perfume, the one she pretended not to wear anymore because it was too expensive. There were faint traces of movement, drawers slightly open, a cabinet door left ajar. But one thing was missing. My black folder. The one she didn't know existed. The one with her messages, her photographs, her carefully erased digital footprints I'd been collecting for months. So, she'd gone there not to change the locks. She'd gone there to erase evidence. Her mother had sent her to cover the tracks. She didn't know the trap was already set. I'd begun months ago, after the first late meetings, the coldness in her kisses, the distant eyes during dinner. At first, I told myself I was paranoid, that her new job, her new friends, her new silence were all innocent. But intuition doesn't lie. It whispers, and it whispers until you listen. So I started collecting data, quietly, strategically. Every photo she deleted from her phone was recovered. Every message backed up before she thought to erase it. Every receipt she threw away found its way into my drawer. Names appeared, times, hotel addresses, her boss, married, 2 children. I watched the pattern form, a lattice of deceit drawn in her handwriting. When she laughed at dinner, I saw the truth flicker behind her eyes. When she kissed me, I could almost feel the calculation in her breath. So I waited for her to move. And when she finally did, when her mother whispered those words at my birthday dinner, I knew it was time. I didn't stop her. I let her go. Because the folder she took wasn't the real one. The real one was safe, with copies, stored in 3 places. Her mother had orchestrated everything. My wife was the instrument, and I was the audience, waiting for the final act. 3 days later, she broke. It happened in the kitchen. No shouting, no accusations, just silence. She stood there, holding her phone, trembling. The color drained from her face. I had sent her an email, subject line, "Happy belated birthday." Inside, every message, every receipt, every photograph, arranged neatly, chronologically, like a timeline of her betrayal. Her phone slipped from her hand, hitting the floor with a sound that split the air. She whispered my name, half plea, half disbelief. I didn't respond. I just looked at her, cold, measured. Was it worth it? I asked finally. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. She tried to reach for me. I stepped back. The truth was between us now, thick and irreversible. Her eyes filled, but I saw no remorse, only fear. Fear of what came next. That evening, I invited her parents over. She begged me not to. I told her the table was already set. They arrived at 7. I poured wine, calm as ice. Her mother smiled, tight, polite, rehearsed. I handed her a small envelope. "For you," I said. She opened it. Inside, printouts, photos, dates, messages. Her smile faltered. "She's been seeing her boss," I said, evenly, "for over a year." Silence. You could hear the air leaving the room. My wife sobbed quietly beside me. Her mother turned pale. "You're lying!" I cut her off. "I never lie. I observe." I turned to my wife. "When you left dinner that night, what did you find?" She looked up, eyes red, voice broken. Someone had already changed the locks. Her mother froze. I smiled. "Indeed," I said, "I changed them, earlier that day." Her mother's face collapsed inward, shock folding into horror. I stood. "Dinner's over." They left in silence. She stayed, sitting alone at the table where it all began. The candles had burned low. Wax pooled like blood on the white cloth. I watched her for a long time. Once, I might have felt pity, but pity is a luxury for the innocent. She looked up, eyes hollow. "What happens now?" "Nothing," I said. "It already did." I walked out. The night was cold, clean, and merciless. As I locked the door behind me, I realized I wasn't angry anymore. Just empty, calm. Freedom doesn't come from forgiveness. It comes from understanding what someone's capable of and walking away before they can do it again. I didn't look back. The sound of the door closing was quieter than her whisper, but it ended everything.